Go back and go back the way. I go walk and go back the way. Yeah, yeah, morning. Everything is everything? So the Guyanese Critic is coming to you from the Vreeden Hoop Junction, where a fire has so far demolished a number of properties here. Some structures, even newly built, renovated structures. The fire department is working tirelessly to get this fire under control, but I can tell you, this area is a lot of flammable stuff. These are stores, a lot of clothes and a lot of things. This is, I could safely say this is hundreds of millions of dollars of losses in goods and property to these people here. This is basically just the Vreeden Hoop Junction. That there's Vreeden Hoop there, going back to the Stelling that way. And these are the stores, them opposite K-Tronics and Royal Solutions, just opposite K-Tronics and Royal Solutions. If you all could remember, they have areas where the clothes, the mannequins is behind the road corner. Well, this is exactly that piece of place. The electricity supply has been cut to the West Dem area. I don't know how far up the West Coast that goes. Again, this is the building just before the regional office. This is where Ganesha's work. So the building just before, the property is just before, because it's 1, 2, 3, it's about 4, it's about 5 properties going through this area, and the fire department is trying to get it under control to ensure it doesn't spread anymore. And if you notice, when you look at fire that is raging, you're seeing the blue flames where you get into the different colored flames, that is very flammable stuff. There's most likely chemicals burning out, making you get in them different colors though. You understand? This is cloth material and all these kind of things burning up here. The police have a presence on the ground controlling crowd, the Vreeden Hoop police, and notice controlling crowd and traffic. And the fire department have a heavy presence here. I would have passed on my way coming up here a fire tender. So fire tenders are from Georgetown here too. I don't know if any more coming. Let me go this way and see how much and what is going on. This is a lot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is saving, because the fire came all the way to this end. It seemed that there was fighting the fire at this end to ensure that it doesn't go. And the Region 3 just get a brand new office. Good morning. And remember, this Region 3 office, NDC, this Region 3 office deals with a lot of functions for the people in this area. You don't want they get them problems, but you don't want nobody get property get burned down in any case. Nobody prays for fire upon themselves. So it would look like, because you need a lot of water here, so they're pumping water from trenches, and the Guyana Fire Service is saving nothing. We got them sparing nothing. You got 3 fire tenders here, 1, 2, 3. So they ain't saving nothing. You got a lot of people, you got a lot of traffic backed up there because This is the main thoroughfare, and you got a case whereas now all the traffic had to stop. Not one of the busiest times in the day, but all the traffic had to stop. Very sad situation here. This is not nice to know in these times of so much uncertainty. You wake up in the morning thinking, wow, I'm going down to the store, I gotta do some cleanup, I gotta do this, I gotta make some adjustments, and there's no store there for you to come to in the morning. This is livelihoods. They had burgers and things on the corner. You know, they had a number of different businesses here. Must see, but from my estimate, about 6 businesses, the least. So, very sad situation here in the wee hours of Sunday morning. Very, very heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. This is not nice to wake up to in the morning. This is the livelihoods of many people. Some people might be totally wiped out here. You see, you're looking at the fire and say, oh, the next thing you gotta know was the origin of the fire. If anybody used to be in this place, it's a big building. You know, where is the security? Were there any houses over these buildings? Did people live? Because you know, people got businesses downstairs and live upstairs. I see some women coming out of there. I see a woman come out of there. She passed 2 women stand up in the road. So like people live there. Wow. Very sad situation. And for those of you who are not having electricity supply, I can tell you, I see from Lagrange, because when I came over the bridge, Lagrange area was in darkness all the way back to Vreeden Hoop here, and you can see, it goes up the west coast is in darkness, and that is as a result of, most likely because it's a main juncture how the electricity supply runs, so the electricity would have been shut down to these areas for that reason. So just bear with the Guyana Power and Light till they could get your electricity supply back up. The Guyana Fire Service is fighting to get this under control, and I can tell you it's a fight, because look inside there. I received this call, 20 minutes ago, and they're still fighting blaze. So for those of you who have just tuned in, the Guyanese Critic is coming to you from the Vreeden Hoop Junction, where a number of buildings have been razed as a result of a brutal fire. The Guyana Fire Department is fighting to get this under control, and GPL has cut the power supply to the West Demerara area. I don't know how far up it goes, but when I came over the Harbour Bridge, there was no electricity in the Lagrange area, and all the way up to the Podrint and all these areas, Versailles. Whoa. You get a small explosion, somebody running, going with a bag or something there. Where he going? I hope this is not holding up anything major, because there's no other route to get to Georgetown from the west coast. It's just here. So I hope nobody get no emergency, and the West Demerara Hospital is back that way. You understand? I hope they get no emergency. People got moved from West Dem to Georgetown. I would want to believe the fire department would be able to facilitate that, but watch where all these hoses up in the ground. So, then all we gotta look at. So, seeing some chairs down here. This looked like this was a restaurant. This was a restaurant downstairs, is it? Okay. Chinese? So this one here is a Chinese restaurant. This was housed here. I know a number of clothing stores was at these areas. I seen a grill there. I don't know where the store in there. These people stand up in front of it? Yeah. I'm gonna try to get an interview from the owners to hear what really transpired. What I know is there was a burger and things, or chicken and things on the corner. There's a new structure only recently was going up there, and there are a number of clothing stores here. If you guys can remember, when you pass, you would see mannequins on the streets. Help her up, no man. Take your time, man. Take your time. Yeah. Look. Just watch your step. Really walk and even look at the ground, fall flat down. Is that it? Huh? Is that it? What you doing here?
No. They wanna not to be here.
You wanna must be there inside in the building he's living at?
No.
Oh. These guys look like they blam, so me I ask them no question. Them banner stone out to the mind. I ask them the owner, that's why I said you must see the Indian, the other one say you know we there. Well, for those of you for an update, let me give you a dated location and what's going on here. The location is on the Breeding Hoop Junction. It's not by the Breeding Hoop Stelling. I think it's the RDC office is there. Region 3 office is right there. And there's a Chinese restaurant. There were a number of clothing stores and chicken and things. Right? Chicken and burgers or something like that is back that way. A new building going up is just back that way. You had a few clothing stores. I think you might even have a cell phone store in between this area. This is on the Breeding Hoop Junction. Republic Bank is back that way. This is exactly on the Breeding Hoop Junction, on the west coast side of the junction, right? So you're turning to go around by Royal Castle. This is just opposite K-Tronics. For those of you who've just tuned in, there's a massive fire, and it has taken out a number of businesses and all about 4 buildings. Look like separate properties, or I don't know if one body owned all these properties, but I knew of the fact that there were I'm aware of the fact that a number of businesses was housed here. And if you're passing this area and don't know exactly what this area would have been, there was a Chinese restaurant there, and they used to get a lot of mannequins on the road corner just in front of these stores. So it seems the fire department has it under control. GPL is on the ground, and the lights, the electricity supply, because of the fact that this is a main juncture, the electricity supply was cut to this area, and I am aware of the fact that it would have been cut from the Lagrange area all the way coming up here to Breeding Hoop. I didn't see any lights, and I'm seeing no electricity. There's bare darkness going back all the way up the west coast. I don't know how far that goes, but No electricity is in this area at this time, so I would want to think you would want to bear with GPL on this one in light of the fact of the massive damage, anguish has been brought to, you know, some people here. This is literally millions of dollars has been lost. People don't wake up this morning and thinking, well, I'm going to my business, I can do something. Where the fire began, that is, you know, the fire is smoldering at this area, right? This is the easternmost side of the properties, and it's smoldering at this area. So I would want to think it started at this area, going back this way. The wind is blowing this way, the wind is blowing to the west. So I would want to think the fire started from this side, but because of the closeness of these properties, you know, everything went down. I'm hearing another fire tender coming. Some of the owners of businesses are here, and the fire department investigators are going to be taking statements from people. Let me see who here.
Is them 30 there?
So GPL got the workers on the posts and them guys working. Forget, and this is a main junction. You see what's going on up there? This is main power supply to a lot of areas. So there's a likelihood that the whole west coast and west them shut down. Is this man going, man? Is what's going on with these? This is the junction. This is not how far from the junction. This is the junction. Whoa. Whoa, the man got careful. The thing's still exploding in there. This is the junction. This is the junction. You got Lucky Dollar and the corner here. Back the way is the gas station. You got...
Y'all just please step back. Hello, y'all please step back. People. Hello. Please step back. Yeah, please step back. Sir. Yeah, just please step back. Please, please. What's up, boy?
So this is the Freedom Hoop Junction I'm standing on here, but the place is so dark. Let's see if this light can help. Hey, we're going on, boss. Everything cool? Automatically this thing is black out ugly people. You gotta study. Automatically. So this Lucky Dollar is seen there. This is the Freedom Hoop Junction. And just an update before I leave. Fire of yet unknown origin has destroyed all about 4 properties and a number of businesses on the Freedom Hoop Junction. The electricity supply to this area has been cut, and the firefighters are fighting tirelessly to get this under control.